Welcome to another journey of self-discovery. Today, we will explore the profound power of not reacting and how mastering your emotions can transform your life. Inspired by the timeless teachings of the Scholar of Al-Andalus, this wisdom will illuminate the path to a more peaceful existence. Once upon a time, a man troubled by anger and frustration sought the counsel of the Scholar of Al-Andalus. He asked, "How can I control my emotions when they surge like a storm within me?" The scholar, with a calm smile, invited him to sit and listen to a story. "There was once a powerful king," began the scholar. "His kingdom was prosperous, and one day he decided to visit a neighboring realm, ruled by a king known for his wisdom. When the visiting king arrived, he was received with great honor, and a grand feast was prepared. However, as the king began to enjoy the meal, a small fly landed in his soup. Disgusted, the king ordered a new bowl. The Scholar of Al-Andalus paused and said, "The king of the neighboring realm, observing this, smiled gently and remarked, 'Your Majesty, do not let such a trivial matter disturb your peace. The fly is insignificant, yet your reaction is what magnifies its impact.'" The visiting king realized the wisdom in these words. It wasn't the fly that ruined his mood, but his own reaction. From that day forward, he practiced controlling his responses, no longer letting minor annoyances dictate his state of mind. The Scholar of Al-Andalus turned to the man and said, "This story holds a valuable lesson. You see, it is not the situations in life that dictate our emotions, but how we choose to respond to them. We often react to situations without pausing to reflect. Whether it's anger, frustration, or anxiety, these emotions rise quickly, but we must understand that we are not powerless. By cultivating mindfulness, we can control our responses and avoid destructive reactions. The scholar teaches us that emotions should not control us. We must learn to observe them without being consumed by them. Let me share another story, this time from a different world. There was a young man named Michael who struggled with controlling his emotions. Like many of us, he would often react impulsively, saying things in anger that he would later regret. His relationships suffered, and he often felt overwhelmed by his own emotional responses. One day, Michael realized that his reactions were causing him more harm than the situations themselves. Determined to change, he began practicing mindfulness, meditation, and the art of not reacting. At first, it was difficult for Michael. He would still feel the familiar surge of anger, but instead of reacting immediately, he learned to pause, breathe, and reflect. Over time, his emotional responses became more controlled, and he found that his relationships with others improved dramatically. He became known for his calm demeanor, and one day, a friend came to him for advice. The friend asked, "How do you stay so calm, no matter what happens?" Michael smiled and said, "It's not that I never feel anger or frustration. I've just learned not to let my emotions control me." Michael shared the wisdom of the Scholar of Al-Andalus, teaching his friend that emotions are not to be suppressed, but observed. By practicing mindfulness, he was able to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. The Scholar of Al-Andalus reminds us that mastering our emotions is a powerful tool. It doesn't mean we won't feel anger, frustration, or sadness. Instead, it means we take a step back, breathe, and choose how to respond. This practice can transform not just our inner peace, but also our relationships, our decision-making, and our overall quality of life. To apply this wisdom, remember these steps. Pause. In the heat of the moment, take a step back and breathe. Observe. Notice what you are feeling without judgment. Reflect. Ask yourself, is this reaction serving me or harming me? Respond. Choose a thoughtful response instead of reacting impulsively. The lesson from the Scholar of Al-Andalus is clear. Our emotions are a part of us, but they should not define us. The true power lies in how we respond. By practicing mindfulness, the art of not reacting, and taking control of our emotional responses, we can lead more peaceful, fulfilling lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, peace begins within. If you found this message valuable, please like, subscribe, and share this wisdom with others. Let us all practice the art of not reacting and cultivate a life filled with clarity and purpose.